In this documentary, you will know about the longest and gravest economic crisis that the United States has experienced. So welcome to the Great Depression.
The Great Depression starts in the summer of 1929, and this caused economic, social, and political problems. But what was happening in the United States before the Depression began?
Well, between 1920 and 1929, there is an episode called the Roaring Twenties, and it is considered as the greatest period of prosperity in the USA. The Americans were very happy in that time because of new technology that helps to increase the production in the industry, salary increases, better system of marketing and sale, and an advance in entertainment, fashion, transportation, etc.
In addition, there is a term known as American way of life. This was considered as an ideal of the quality of life. In other words, the materialism and the urbanization were the principal things that were increasing at that time.
But that good came to an end. People started to speculate that the prices were going to go down, so they began to sell their actions, and everyone were selling, but nobody wanted to buy them. Also, because of the consumerism of people in the 20s, they used to buy with credits, so when inflation was at the top, nobody has any cash to pay its debts.
So, after all the process that represent the speculation of the stock market and the excessive application of the American way of life, the crash began on October 24, a day better known as Black Thursday, when the market started to collapse.
But that's not all. There was another day on October 29, the Black Tuesday, and is related to what we mentioned, because this moment was characterized by the panic that was established because of the millions of shares and the prices were constantly failing.
It was difficult to find stability at that time. With the fall of the stock market, it was impossible to recover the money invested in bonds. We had to ask for work in many places, and even though it was not sure that we could return to the economic well-being to which we were accustomed, the Hoover administration made a serious mistake in approving the disastrous wholly smooth tariff that caused U.S. business partners to retaliate by raising rates on products made in the United States. We wanted a change. This event affected most of the people around the world, but it was particularly difficult in the United States and Europe. The timing and severity of the Great Depression varied across countries such as the United States, Poland, and Germany, whose economic reconstruction started 4 years after the stock market's tragedy.
But why did no one do anything about it? Well, one of the reasons is that the president of that time, Hoover, thought that the government didn't have to participate in the economy. However, the collapse was increasing, so in 1932 he claimed and implemented a Reconstruction Finance Corporation that authorized the lending of $2 billion to banks. But those actions happened too late, and people were disgusted because of the president's inaction in that phase of crisis.
I live in Chicago, and the majority were out of work. Around 13 million people were in this situation in 1933. That's why we were unable to pay mortgages or rent. We filled long bread lines, begged for food, or sold on street corners in order to get something to survive. In fact, we met people who were evicted from their homes.